My thoughts on COVID-19. This pandemic has affected every single person on earth. And I don't think by the end of this, there wouldn't be a single person who is not touched by death in some form or another, whether it's their family or their friends. I believe every single one of us would know somebody who has passed on because of this virus. And it is a devastating time, not just financially, emotionally, mentally. And this is also a time where we begin to realize how we are all connected and that the toll that we have taken on the environment because of the way we have chosen to live our lives by being home and staying home, simplifying our lives. I think a lot of us are forced to face our own shadows, the side of us that we are afraid to meet. For instance, keeping ourselves busy and occupied all the time. There are people who are finding themselves with more time than they can bear and spending more time with their family than they would like. And of course, cases of psychological abuse and domestic violence is more rampant because you are spending more time with the very people who trigger you. And this is also a time to, when I talk about facing our own shadows, I'm talking about being busy for the sake of being busy, having stuff in our life that doesn't actually give us any meaning or value, us being comfortable, learning to be comfortable with being by ourselves and spending time by ourselves. And there is this correlation with people being alone and feeling lonely. However, I think it is a good time to go into making ourselves our own best friend. And people who are bored find things to do. And in the midst of all this, I like to think of the good that is coming out of it. People becoming more authentic and real and honest with themselves. Who am I? What is important? And what do I really stand for? What do I want my legacy to be? And we can look at the negative aspects of the virus, which is devastating. However, as a coach and counselor, I often like to focus on the good. And this time can be positive for people depending on how they look at it. And so these are my thoughts about the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic that's happening around the world.